Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
So with social media, I
Yeah.
think that obviously it's been such a big thing, mainly for people to use to vent and different things like that. Do you think social media can be used to build a business?
Oh, for sure. I think you have to watch it. So when I would do network marketing way back in the day,
Yeah.
it gave me a great story on that. So if I forget the question, remind me.
Yes.
So we used to we had to play an instrument,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's why I could.
Yeah.
Right? I watch you dance, and I'm like, man, I should have made him play an instrument. Anyway, and so we had an older cousin, and then my older brother, and there was me, and there was my younger cousin, and then my oopsie brother came, 13 years later, and so Lance, my cousin, played the trumpet.
Yeah.
Then my older brother, my other brother, my brother from another mother,
Yeah.
played the trumpet. So what did I do? I played the trumpet just for a while though.
Okay.
And so I played the clarinet. Number one, there was a really good chick that was when I was in fourth grade. But number two, I wanted to be different. I always like to be a little different, But at first you do, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there with my aunt, and we would go back to back for the trumpet guy, the trumpet teacher. And so I'm sitting with my aunt, and I think I was like 9 years old, and she starts talking to me about this thing called Amway. I thought it was the best concept ever, just conceptually, even at 9 years old. So she was telling me what she's doing, and I'm like, well, they train you for free? Yeah. Oh, my mom's having to pay the trumpet guy to train me. So I'm like, that's interesting. And then she said, yeah, and you can make money off other people's, efforts. And I'm like, telling me more, baby.
Right.
And then she said, but you can also just make a lot of money and help a bunch of people on your own. So I always had this multi-level marketing. People go, it's pyramid, it's illegal, it's a scheme and all that. I'm like, anyway, I don't get into them anymore. Like, whatever. But multi-level marketing is a great place for people to start their first business.
Okay.
You don't have tons of overhead. You got to invest some stuff.
Yeah.
But you're basically getting free training, and you're learning everything that you'd have to know about a regular business.
Okay.
Right? And so I thought to myself, man, what a great concept. And yet people bash that concept.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I mean, if you're not into, I don't do multi-level marketing, now.
Yeah.
But man, it was a great entry point. And for some people, it's a great, it's been great for 100 years and will continue to be. And I'm not saying I would never open up my own multi-level marketing business. And technically, the insurance business has a hint of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was the doggone question? Because I knew I'd forget, but I need to tell that story because, you don't know what you're going to pick up. My aunt was just talking to me.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, at 9 years old. And I never got into multi-level marketing until I was 30. But I remembered it conceptually. Yeah.
The question was, can you grow a business with social media?
Can we talk about multi-level marketing? Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
And again, what do you call growth versus scale versus whatever?
Right.
Absolutely. Listen, I think that you can grow a business whether you're the local lemonade stand on the corner,
Okay.
or whether you're a brick and mortar, a separate brick and mortar, whether you're a brick and mortar that's technically part of a plaza or a mall.
Yeah.
I think it can be online. I think it can be, right?
Right.
We have a guy in town, I forget the name of it, but there's a rich neighborhood in town where they do a lot of the Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
And this dude at 7, 8 years old, he did hot chocolate. And it's like a big deal. I forget the guy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like Charlie's or something?
Yes.
Okay, well, anyway, think about that. I mean, that dude grew that thing to monumental whatever.
Right.
And, he just kept plugging away over time. I guess apparently he made a good product. I was never going to go wait in line to try his product. But right, and then it kind of took on. I think he started to do a lot of charity work with it. And the news got, right?
Yeah.
And so it just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow at whatever level, I don't know.
Yeah.
So whether you're a little lemonade stand or a hot chocolate place, you don't know where that can go.
Right, absolutely. And when it comes to having Brett Zanders as the person on social media, Coach Little Z as the what would you call that entity?
I call them, yeah. Well, I call them both entities, but one's me as Brett Zanders.
Yeah.
What my wife calls me sometimes, mainly she calls me Coach. But no, but you know, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like your alter ego or your
Right.
alias, which is Coach Little Z23 or whatever.
Right. So
But both are entities in our structure.
yes,
Yeah.
got it. So maybe the better question for this one would be: you have Brett Zanders and you have Consult for Kids.
Yes.
Which is a business.
Yes.
Would you use Brett Zanders to
Promote.
yeah, thank you. I did.
Yeah.
Promote Consult for Kids.
I get extra money if I put
Yeah.
words in his mouth. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, to promote Consult for Kids and vice versa, Consult for Kids to promote Brett Zanders.
Absolutely. You know, both formally and informally. So, you know, when we do these videos, I promote a lot of different companies.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
I mean, you know, I've said Cool Whip or, you know, Tesla or, you know, whatever.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's really promoting, but if I get one view, it's promoted.
Right.
Even if the one views me, I'm promoting
Yeah.
it back to myself.
Yeah.
So sure, you know, and that's more informally. I'm not getting paid by any of these guys yet,
Yeah.
right? We're helping kids, people. Send us some money through our nonprofit. But you know, Gary V, whatever, right? I mean,
Yeah.
every time you mention these names,
Right.
you're promoting
Yes.
or cross promoting, which is really what you're talking about.
Mhm.
And we do that informally with companies that we like or people that have, you know, helped us in some way, or just people that we know or that we've heard of, or companies. But yeah, we intentionally try to do that without oversaturating. We don't want to become spammy.
Right.
So, you know, and that's the hard thing. How do you, because we like volume,
Yeah.
right? Like I love volume. Like I was never the guy that wanted to buy a $100 item and sell it for 200.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy 10, you know, because I just feel like it helped more people.
Right.
But yeah, cross promotion, informally, I believe we do it all the time.
Gotcha. And
I'm like, hey, I'm Brett Zanders.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of Coach Little Z23? Oh, he's really cool.
absolutely. Do you believe that social media, you know, like doing that through, you know, like you said, multiple personalities, not personalities, but different accounts, do
Yeah.
you think that becomes a double-edged sword at some point?
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, what we're trying to do is say we can help people.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. And so we know to be able to help people, we have to get their attention.
Yes.
And as we're, you know, getting their attention, we're building, you know, the tribe.
Right.
As Seth Godin says, right? We're building the tribe.
Yeah.
I think that's his name. But anyway, he's
Yeah.
cool. He's a cool dude. Or seems cool. See, promotion. There you go. Go buy his book or something. So, you know, what's happening is that we're building a tribe. And so in certain businesses, we have very large tribes.
Yeah.
And tribes, the way we look at it, isn't just people that will buy from us. Tribes are that we've helped people.
Yeah.
So we're getting down to the actual number of how many youth we've helped in Consult for Kids.
Yeah.
And we believe it's around 40 million. And we're going to find out for sure. So we tracked it for a long time. And then we thought we were tracking it and we weren't.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, it kind of bit us in the butt a little bit. There's only a little dip, but I want to get, you know, especially because I want to, you know, I don't want to ever say something that's not true.
Absolutely.
And so this really kind of hit me where I was like, man, 40 million? I think we have.
Right.
Right? And so, but I want to get, we're working on getting an accurate number to make sure that that's right. So hopefully it's not like 500,000, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, but I know where about it is, but I want to get, you know, kind of more exacting numbers.
Yeah.
And so, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it can be a double-edged sword because, you know, we can help you, period, in the conversation. Try us, right? We can help you.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, we're not trying to oversaturate, especially with the cross-pollination where they're like, yeah, we like you, Brett, but we don't like Coach Little Z23, which is possible, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, you know, hey, it's a balance. It's a happy medium. We're trying to find where we're not too much,
Yeah.
but we're enough to where we can get your attention.
Absolutely. And so there was something that you said that triggered this. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know, talking about your hiring process and, you know, a video that you've done already,
Yeah.
and going back to like the NFL draft. I don't know if you remember this, but on draft day, Josh Allen, people went looking in 2012
Yeah.
So, you know, he got drafted in 2018 or 2012.
Yeah.
He had a tweet that went out, and that was a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
One, what are your thoughts on that for someone maybe you're hiring? Let's say, you know, you were going through their thing, and 5 years ago you saw something that was tweeted out that obviously wasn't correct, or different things like that. Is that a tough?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is what cracks me up about people. Let's go take anybody in the audience. Let's go take you, me, or anybody else on our worst day.
Yeah.
And somehow it gets out on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
There's none of us that are going to look good. Not a one.
No.
Mother Teresa on her worst day would look like a jackass.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
so, you know, I'm not going to take, I look at the motion picture as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't look at snapshots and say whatever. Now, of course, I'm going to ask you about that.
Right.
And they did ask Josh Allen,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I was being stupid and dumb, and I'm not, I think, was it like a racial thing or something?
He was singing a song, and it just happened to have an N-word in it, I think, or something. But yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, we were all, you know, in high school, and I could name 4 minutes ago, you know, while we're in the interview, I just said 4 dumb things.
Right.
You know, so, hey, I do the best I can. I'm assuming others do.
Yeah.
And if you're a true jackass and a donkey, it will come out.
Right. Versus
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
yeah.
Because if you hear something, you know, I mean, I've seen a lot of people on the paper or TV, and I mean, they look like donkeys. And I met them, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't seem like a donkey to me.
Right.
So then I would just I'm pretty straight up anyway. I'd be like, hey, you know, I saw you on the front cover of, you know,
Yeah.
a
news station.
Yeah, what was penitentiary.com or, you know, whatever. You know, I would just ask them, and they're like, yeah, this is what happened. And we know it to be true because there's movies, a lot of movies right now about that kind of stuff. So Josh Allen seems like a great kid. You know, I don't really know anything about him, although he's not that far from us from Fireball. Yeah. They used to have some really good girls basketball teams. I'm like, Fireball, what comes good out of Fireball? Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I just sent a rookie card, a graded 10 rookie card to a guy that we're doing some business with. He was real excited. He loved the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah.
And he was going to be our text platform. It didn't work out, but, you know, he was a cool dude, so I sent it to him. But yeah, I think that, listen, I love these Crucifiers, and I want to go, yeah, let me see you on your worst day. And let's see, looks like, guess what? We're all going to get to see that one day. Yeah. It's all going to be revealed. For 1,000 years, we get to look in the books. And so because I know that, I still mess up a bunch.
Right.
But I'm very aware of it, even if it's for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
Right, I don't want to be a donkey, but we're all donkeys anyway, so what the heck?
Yeah, absolutely. And so when it comes to social media, again, we know that there's distinctions in age groups. Facebook's kind of for the older people, Twitter's kind of for the younger people.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It was all younger people. The older people went on to spy on their kids, and then the kids were out of here.
Left, right, and then Instagram's kind of for all age groups.
Yeah.
Snapchat's kind of for all age groups. So, you know, it's intermingled in different things like that. You know, you're using all different types of social media platforms.
Yeah. I give my TikTok.
Yeah, you got TikTok.
Yeah.
Which one of all the different social medias do you think has been the most beneficial for you guys in your different businesses and entities?
I can't answer because we're just on the prefaces. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're on the beginnings.
Yeah.
They're like, are you sure Utah School? I'm like, I coach PE.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how they're all, coaches are dumb like that. We're really not that dumb. We're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, I wasn't good at language arts, as you can see. Yeah, so we're just now starting to figure that out. So
Okay.
I would not want to speak on that because I wouldn't necessarily, you know, I have my thoughts about it.
Yeah.
But until we have more success than we do,
Yeah.
it would be, I think, a disadvantage to the audience. And I would never do that.
Gotcha. So then maybe a better question is, which one are you looking forward to most?
Whichever one works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'll get my little tick on my TikTok. You know, I can get a little. I think on the videos that they did, that Jesus put together, I did my little. Yeah. I used to be able to vibrate, dude, where I could vibrate and just move forward. Anyway, so you know, whatever works, right?
Yeah.
Look, just simple. I want to help as many people as we can.
Right.
And there's a bunch of ways we can help. And that's all. I don't care about anything else.
Right.
I don't care about popularity. I don't care about if you like me, you don't like me. If I can help you and you hate me, great.
Yeah.
I'm still cool with that.
Yeah.
Now I hope you like me,
Right.
but you don't need to like me
Yeah.
because you don't like me sometimes.
Oh, I like you all the time.
Now see, he's lying. I
No.
told him not to do that.
No.
Shame on you.
Oh, okay. I love you all the time.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
you
Yes.
Right? We're not always all liked.
Absolutely.
But I do that
Yes.
most of the time.
Okay.
And you cut your hair.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. So last one, on the last one, when I said, final thoughts, you did final five. I didn't like that. So now I'm gonna beat you to the punch. Are there any final punches or final thoughts?
Oh, maybe a punch
Yeah.
or two.
Before we go to bonus questions.
No, again, I hope that these videos are helpful. We try to, give a lot of content.
Yeah.
We don't want to just talk. Sometimes I hear people just talking in theory,
Right.
which is important. That's the mindset.
Yeah.
But we also want to talk about step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or even step 1, step 1.1, step 1, sometimes,
Yeah.
and different things of that nature. So we hope that we're, providing that for the audience. And again, we may be ahead of the curve, especially in regards to the systems, because people are like, it's not very sexy. And it's not. The systems aren't sexy, right? You're sexy, but
Yeah.
systems aren't that sexy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Neither was an online business 400 years ago. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
It's become pretty darn sexy now.
Yeah.
So, we're hoping that it becomes sexy because I think it's right and it works and it helps and all that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Gotcha. Well, thank you. Now we're gonna move into bonus questions.
Bonus.
Bonus.
Should I say bonus?
Yes, you can.
Final?
Final. With failure, right? Everyone, I would think everyone has experienced failure,
Yeah.
one sort or the other. What have been some things where when you failed, what did you do to turn the tide or whatever to get the success you were looking for?
Right. So, I kind of have the mentality that Thomas Edison does, which is not failure, which I think is what you're alluding to. But I also understand what you're asking.
Yeah.
So guess what I do? I plug it into a system. And I always start with mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that the reason that I won't call it failure, but it didn't go as planned,
Yeah.
was there something in the mindset piece
Okay.
where we, wanting something that we shouldn't have wanted, where we, philosophically in the wrong spot, where we mentally, whatever.
Yeah.
Where we asking too much, not enough, whatever, right? So
Right.
I'd play around with that for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I would go right into systems and say, did we really follow the system?
Mm-hmm.
Did we get the right fishing pole, which we talked about?
Yeah.
Did we get the right line?
Yeah.
Did we get the right hook? Did we get the right bait? Did we throw it into the right pond? Did we, so did we follow the system, which that is systemic,
Yeah.
right? And then they, just on a little side note, they go, why don't you just fish with a net? And I'm like, I'm like, because we're trying to get fish, not freaking tires and whatever. But we fish with a net too, right? So we do both ends. But anyway, and then the third thing I always look at in that order is the person. Is that the right person? I forget who wrote that. I don't read books, but I listen. Because I just can't sit there and read. Yeah, it drives me crazy. I'm too ADD or ADHD. Everybody else has PhDs. I got ADD, ADHD. We're watching Atypical, and my wife's like, "You're on the spectrum."
Yeah.
That's good because he's straight up.
Yeah.
Right. He just tells it like it is. I love that guy. Sam. See, I promoted Atypical. There you go. Netflix, whatever. Because we don't get to watch a lot of stuff. But when we eat dinner, we'll watch 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, and what was the question again? Sorry.
Talking about failure and everything. Failure.
Yeah, and those are the three. I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's always in 1, 2, or all three of those.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, what is the difference between CEO and CFO?
Well, in title, so the Chief Executive Officer, which is the CEO, the CFO is Chief Financial Officer.
Okay.
And now they got, they just make names up, right?
Kind of
Chief.
like what you do with your...
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, I was gonna say traditional transmission. We're on the same page. Traditional transmissions. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Anyway, I'll get that worked through. What was the question?
Yeah. What is the difference between the CEO and the CFO?
Oh yeah,
Other than a name.
Yeah, so the chief executive officer, they're basically the leader,
Okay.
right? They are it, right? And they may not be the owner.
Yeah.
So like I always try to compare it to the sports or Bible.
Right.
And so you've got the owner of whatever, Denver Broncos or whoever, and then you got the chief officer, or in this case maybe they call that the general manager.
Okay.
But he's in charge of the operations or whatever, or maybe not. Maybe he's in charge of other things. But in the end, he's kind of the buck, other than the owner's the real buck, right? Yeah. And so versus the chief financial officer, they just deal primarily with the money. Okay. Yeah, and so that's kind of the distinction between the two. But again, look, all this traditional talk, scale growth, marketing, everybody just calls it their own stuff. Anyways, and go on to Google and it's like 53 answers, different answers to the same question.
So, your personal opinion, of course. Would you think that it is better to invest into one big business or invest into a bunch of smaller businesses?
It again comes down to understanding yourself or self-awareness, or what I call know thyself, right? Yeah. So, if you're a little bit more risk adverse than somebody else, maybe you go on one. Yeah. If you're a little bit of chicken like I am, you want to, get 10 or 11, 12 different lines. Yeah. I don't know. You could probably go all in with Amazon, and that's probably going to be a pretty good bet. But nobody knew 3 years ago that Walmart was going to go kind of all in online either. Right. And it sounds like that's what they're doing. So, I don't know all the what if, ands, and whatever buts about it. But I know that Amazon's building distribution centers, and Walmart already has distribution centers all over. So I don't know who's going to win that. Right. I don't know what's more important or less important, or how it all work out. But, the chances of those two, or Facebook, not doing extremely well, meaning you could go all in with them, or probably slim to none. But you may like the other. So I told you we have those 3, I don't want to say lines because it's bigger than lines, but we have the 3 corporations. Yeah. And one of them basically had to shut down. We have 2 others. So if you went into one and they basically had to shut down, right, you're SOL. Yeah. So I like diversity, but you're also not going to make as much financially, and maybe not help as many people, but you can still help a bunch and make a bunch over on the other side too.
Got it. So this one comes from personal experience, because I think this is great for people that are trying to sell things. Yeah. So if you could describe how you would sell a product. Remember that you gave me the speech of the boombox and the lady and selling. I think it was. I just thought about it. I forgot it.
Yeah, I'm not remembering.
Yeah.
The boombox.
Yeah. So they needed a radio for their baby, and the.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I tell people, salespeople, which we've had thousands and thousands, and most salespeople, they sell what I call benefits and features.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Versus selling solutions to problems. And here's the difference. And that's the
yes.
So a lady comes in to, let's say, a Radio Shack or so. I'm going to start getting endorsements from somebody. Yeah. They go into a Radio Shack, and most salespeople, untrained and they don't know what they're doing. They'll go right into, hi, how you doing? What do you need? Well, I need a boombox, or I don't know what they call them now, but radio, stereo. Yeah. I'm like, see, they're like an 8-track tape. Yeah. I'm like, you don't know what that is. Anyway, they're like MP3. I'm like, I don't know what that is, right? But anyway, so they'll go in there and they'll start showing them the boombox, and they'll just talk about benefits and features. They'll say, oh, look, this is a graphic equalizer. Oh, this controls the bass. Oh, this controls this. Blah, blah, blah. That's no way to sell. All you have to do is ask a simple question. So what are you here for? And they say, well, I'm here for a boombox. And then you ask one more question. Well, what are you trying to accomplish? right? And so this lady comes in, and I would already have read what was going on. She's got bags under her eyes. She looks really tired. She's not as fit as somebody her age would normally be. So what am I saying? She probably has a baby.
Right.
Now I don't know that, but I'm going to confirm that. I'm gonna. They say they read the room or whatever. That's what I'm doing, right? So that's kind of that art thing, intuitive and different things. But now I'm going to take the science with it. I'm going to ask those two questions. And she says, well, I just need to put my baby to sleep, and the baby seems to like music, and I'm having trouble with it, right?
Yeah.
So instantly I start saying, well, I start problem solving. So she's, a new mom, she's tired, and she just needs the music. She doesn't need all this fancy bells and whistles, and she probably doesn't have the money to pay for all that crap.
Right.
So why am I going to try to sell her a $400 stereo when a $19.99 one will do the job?
Right.
But I'll give her two options. So that's step 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go in and I'll say, okay, so basically, I make sure I have everything that she's needing and wanting and whatever. And, let's say that the second thing, part of that, she said, and the baby seems to be real relaxed when she sees something on the wall.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, well, if you didn't tell me that, here's a stereo or boombox for $19.99. You're gonna have to step up to the one that's $39.99 because it flashes up what you're talking about. But it's gonna help you in the end. So the extra $20 is worth it. Versus trying to sell something that they don't need or benefits and features that they don't care about.
Yeah.
So when you sell solutions to people's problems.
Right.
But you have to ask them what the problem is. You should start thinking and speculating. What do you think? But sometimes you're right, sometimes you're not right. When you ask them, they'll tell you. Yeah.
Well, hey, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, sir.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
He said heat. That's on the Progressive commercial. Have you seen that?
Hold on.
The guy